A federal judge dealt a blow to the Obama administration by declaring the health care reform law unconstitutional.
At issue is forcing you to buy health insurance or pay a penalty. Now, this was signed into law back in March. A lot of controversy, folks very polar about how they feel about it. It went into a law in September, and we're going to talk more about it this morning.
Yes, we are. Joining us now to talk about this ruling, what happens next, News 9 legal analyst Irven Box. Good morning, Irven.
Good morning, Stan.
Hey, listen, not everybody, there are parts of this thing that are already taking effect now. Such as of January 1st, you'll still be able to cover your children up to age 26. Some people really like that. What happens to the parts that are already in effect?
Well, the parts that are already in effect stay in effect. The part really that, in the ruling by this judge on the unconstitutionality of this law was the penalty portion. If you don't take out the insurance, you have a penalty. That doesn't take effect, Stan, until 2014.
So, Irven, what happens next? I mean, where do we go from here? Because a lot of folks want this on the fast track to the Supreme Court, but we're hearing that could take 1 to 2 years.
Right. It's unfortunate. It's going to cost states a lot of money. We in Oklahoma have a law enacted like Virginia did that says you can't do this, federal government. But there's 20 other states right now in the mix. We've had 2 judges already rule that this thing was constitutional. We ought to be able to cut to the fast track and go right to the Supreme Court, because ultimately the only way this is going to be decided is the U.S. Supreme Court is going to decide this.
Now, why isn't Oklahoma involved in this legal battle? It's not yet, but some are saying that they might join in this fight.
Well, I heard some comments by the new incoming Attorney General for the state of Oklahoma yesterday. He said that he would join in. Essentially, he said he thought he was going to be able to join in this lawsuit. We just haven't got started on it yet. We had an outgoing Attorney General that didn't get into it, was going to leave it for the new Attorney General or whoever was going to be next to take his spot. So I think probably he's going to join in this come right after the first of the year.
You know, Irven, it seems like, on Capitol Hill we have a lot of lawyers who are our lawmakers. Why would they not look at this, against the law, and where we don't have to waste so much time and money and effort and emotion for everyone across the country?
Well, there are a lot of people that think this is constitutional. The government's using the Commerce Clause to say they can enforce it. The Commerce Clause has been used for everything from civil rights to marijuana to a myriad of things right now. But, keep in mind, let's think of some analogies to it in Oklahoma. Right now, we have a law in Oklahoma that's been on the books for years and years that say we have to buy insurance for automobile insurance, and if we don't, we can be fined for that. So it doesn't say we have to do it, but it says we don't do it, we can be fined. That's essentially what this law says about health care.
But you don't have to buy a car, though, if you don't want to buy car insurance.
You do not, but the health insurance does. That's a different. It affects every single one of us.
Why not take it to the 30 million people who don't have it? I mean, isn't there a compromise here? 30 million Americans don't have health insurance. Why not just take this? Why not specify? Wouldn't that make this a little bit easier for the Obama administration to push through?
Well, Stan, I think you're right. I think that's a good reasoning on it. But then at that point, it would affect a certain class of people and maybe really then be unconstitutional. So they make it across the board. Everybody, you either buy it or you're going to get penalized. So it remains to be seen. I think it's a close call, I think, when the Supreme Court finally hears this.
All right, we'll be watching. Irven, thanks for putting on your legal hat for us this morning here at News 9. We appreciate it.
Okay.